It is May 29th, 2021. I'm going to do another video walkthrough of the yard here. Starting in our usual spot with the rose bushes here. Danielle came through and trimmed all of the rose bushes in the front yard just recently. Taking a look at that, we had some good blooms off of their flowers that we picked and actually put in the front room window in a little vase in there. The strawberry tree's growing well, it's going really tall, so I've got to consider how exactly I want to trim this and what kind of shape I want it to have as it grows, but it's looking pretty good for now. Our little clover patch is continuing to grow, it's spread around through this flower bed. That's all good. The lawn's looking pretty good as well, so for the lawn, I've decided to go down to a level 3 on the lawnmower because I think that makes it look a lot more crisp and tight. And then as far as our plants in the bed here, our little hydrangea is starting to get some color on the bloom, so that's pretty cool. Still really small, but I expected that to be the case for this year. Wisteria is growing up along the pole really well. Again, Danielle came and trimmed all the rose bushes about 3 days ago, something like that. And prior to this, they were exploding with a bunch of blooms, and we managed to pick quite a few and put them in our house, and that was really nice. But yeah, everything's growing pretty well. This bed's getting kind of weedy now, so I need to do like a midsummer weeding at some point soon. This guy here, last time we noted that there was a little volunteer that came up right around here, and I actually uprooted that and stuck that in the pot, so we're gonna see how that does. I'll show that in the backyard in just a few minutes. Everything going well there though. Making our way over this way. This rose bush is getting really big as well, overgrowing again, as it always does. At the beginning of spring, when I redid this flower bed, I threw in a bunch of little wildflowers, not knowing exactly what I'd get, but there are some really beautiful ones that came up here. These violet guys here, this beautiful pink one was really, there's these pretty red ones right there. There's those pretty red ones right there. These really pretty white ones. Little bee doing its business in there. It's pretty cool. Yeah, light purple, like a navy or a royal blue. Yeah, just tons of cool little wildflowers growing. So that's really fun. It's fun to see that. This is all just dirt still, considering putting in a tree out here somewhere. In fact, our neighbors down the way, I don't know if you can see from here, but they actually just decided to put in a couple trees in their front yard, you can see there. So that's kind of cool. I'm excited to see what they have, because for a while there that was just dirt as well, which is fine. But I'm excited to see what trees they've got. Coming into the backyard. There's the dog. Hi, Appa. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Okay. What to show around here? Weeded out around here. This gets grown in with weeds pretty frequently, so I did that. The little apple tree is doing just fine. Over here, the flower beds, weeds cropping up here, but so we've got this little melon plant that's doing decently. These little bean plants that are doing pretty good too. I actually just grabbed a couple of old potatoes that we had, and I just threw them in around here somewhere, so we'll see if those actually come up and grow in time. We've done potatoes before, they're not hard to do, but don't know if, it might have been a bit late in the year, they might get roasted out during the summer. As far as the veggies and stuff we planted, obviously it's mixed in with all our weeds and stuff, but this right here, that's lettuce, so that's growing in nicely, and that's what that is right there, and right there, and thought there was a couple, yep, this guy right here. So lettuce is growing, that's pretty cool. Next over here, we've got the radishes, and we've actually had quite a few radishes come in. So that's what that is right there. We've picked quite a few of them, so I don't know if there are too many left in here, but there's at least that one. Next up over here is the onions. Got the onions growing there, right up there. The carrots, all these clumps around here, these are all bushels of carrots, and we gotta come through and thin them out or else they're not gonna grow very big. So we'll do that at some point. Hollyhocks growing nicely. Artichokes, we actually harvested 2 of these artichokes and ate them. They were very nice. They're very small, but the hearts were really good. And then got our little purple blooms from our salvia plant down in there, growing nicely as well. All of our strawberries have been doing great. Danielle will come out here and harvest strawberries for to put into her yogurt for breakfast almost every morning. You can see they're just they're all over the place here. So that's been really fun to enjoy. It's nice even just when I'm working out here to stop over and pick one. Over here, the Meyer lemon tree doing good. None of the lemons that were growing on it took, so I don't know if it's actually gonna bear any fruit, which is okay. Sage plant right here doing good as well. Had a friend come over and harvest some of it. Those lilies still doing good. The lantana bush doing pretty good as well. It's growing all the weeds and everything. The peach tree with its peaches here, exciting, still growing and growing big. Exciting update on this patch over here though. So we planted peppers and tomatoes and neither of them came up, earlier at least, but I'm seeing these little clusters of plants like this right here, which is a different cluster than the other weeds we were seeing. And it may still just be a different kind of weed. And then over here, these little guys here as well. And over here, those right there. So they're different, and they might actually be the tomatoes and peppers finally growing, because those are around the areas where Danielle planted them, but I'm not sure yet. So we'll see. We'll see what we get out of those. Moving up towards the hill. As you can see, I finally got around to weeding it. Looks worlds better, and I'm tired, but it was good. I actually just got done doing that. Compost pile is growing well. Looks all garbagey. Doesn't smell or anything like that. I just turned it this afternoon. Apple tree doing great. Lots of apples growing on it. It'd be fun to see if we actually get some that we can eat. Our little lemon eucalyptus tree is doing excellent. There's a whole lot of growth on it. It's really fun. Honeysuckle plants still just growing as they do. My dream was for it to go up around the top of this thing, but I just don't know if it's ever going to make that leap. I even tried tying one of the branches up onto it, and looks like that snapped off and died, and so I don't know, maybe it'll never go. Our other eucalyptus tree doing really well also. It's getting real tall, real nice. This right here is that little volunteer rose bush. So I stuck it in a pot. It's near a sprinkler that will hit it, so hopefully it'll continue to get water, and we'll see if it keeps. I actually had to separate it from the root of the other main rose bush that it was connected to, so it honestly just might die. I don't know, but we'll see. Exciting development. If you remember over here there was a blackberry bush that I said I might want to transplant, and I did in fact do that, and here it is. So obviously it came with a bunch of grass, but it's been a couple days, actually a little over a week I think, and it's been doing good. It hasn't wilted. It's been continuing to grow. Prior to me pulling it out, I realized there were actually some blackberries on here, so that's pretty fun. I don't know if those will keep with the transplant, but I don't know, we'll see. I'll have to treat the soil for it at some point as well. But and then this little pear tree guy is doing good. It's about it's a little shorter than me right now. Oh no, it's actually about as tall as me at its highest point if I'm on level ground with it, so that's pretty cool. I was looking at pictures of the house when we moved in, and it was not nearly that tall, so that's really fun. This pear tree, as always, doing excellent. I'm really happy with it. There are all kinds of pears growing on it that you can see. Right here as well. Here, here, and here, and there's more that you can find, but they're all over the place. I've always loved this bush here. This is the neighbor's, I think it's a bellflower bush of some kind. Really beautiful. But that's pretty much it. That's kind of how the yard's doing this time around. I think projects that I need to do for next month, because I got the transplant done, potted that, and weeded this whole thing, which was pretty big. I think the next thing is to finally get the irrigation to these trees here. That really shouldn't be that hard, but you know, it's just getting the motivation to do it. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Appa. Good boy.